I'm just numb. I can't even wrap my mind around it. Um, she was 15 with life, for me, a full life ahead of her. She was a great kid, never been disrespectful. Anything I asked her to do, she always did it. Always been yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. She was loved by everybody.
The light that Chyell had, it was just a very bright light. So as far as I'm concerned, Chyell, your light is still shining. And your aunt is going to do all she can to make sure that justice is served.
15-year-old Chyell Paulk was an ambitious, goal-oriented, and loving young girl with a bright spirit to match. Everyone loved her. In her mother's own words, she was like a light, and when she walked in the room, you knew she was there. Her unique smile and unforgettable laugh were just a few of the things that made her unique. Chyell was a freshman honor roll student at Irwin County High School who had a passion for cheerleading and fashion. Although young, she was looking forward to all life had to offer. Recently, she decided that she wanted to pursue a career in radiology, something her mother was super proud of. Like most teens, Chyell was looking forward to wrapping up the school year and attending many of the end of the year festivities. Little could anyone have imagined that what was supposed to be a celebratory and traditional event for most high school students would unexpectedly turn tragic. Just after midnight on April 28th, Fitzgerald police rushed to a venue just 1 block away from the police station in the 300 block of East Pine Street for reports of a shooting. Upon arrival, they would find a chaotic scene with a number of partygoers running in the opposite direction. After closer inspection, they would find multiple people suffering from apparent gunshot wounds, including an unresponsive teenage girl.
Well, a 10 o'clock curfew is in place tonight in Fitzgerald for everyone under the age of 17. It comes after 2 days of gun violence that killed a 15-year-old girl and injured several other teenagers.
The victim was identified as 15-year-old Chyell Paulk, who was rushed to Dormany Medical Center, where she was sadly passed away after succumbing to a gunshot wound to her right side. 4 other teens were also injured during the shooting, with one being shot in the arm and another being shot in the face. In total, a 14-year-old male and a 15-year-old male were wounded. A 19-year-old female was wounded and has since been released from the hospital. Another 15-year-old male was airlifted to a hospital in Macon and is in critical condition. A look into the case revealed that Chyell and her friends were leaving a prom after party when the shooting occurred. She was an innocent bystander. Both Ben Hill County Schools and Irwin County Schools offered extra counseling and resources for students as they returned to school the day after the shooting. Many of Chyell's friends and family were outraged. Again, she was loved by many. So many questions. Why would someone do something like this? Who was the intended target? Was there even a target, or was this someone who had a sick thrill of killing anyone, no matter who it was? The truth would soon reveal itself. In an emotional Facebook post made by one of Chyell's teachers, she said the following: "Tomorrow sits an empty seat in a class full of ninth graders at ICHS. Today, our school community mourns the loss of Chyell Paulk. She brought joy and positivity to our classrooms, and her absence leaves a void in our hearts. Chyell was an honor student, a basketball cheerleader, and a wonderful friend and student. Let's remember her for the laughter she brought, the friendship she nurtured, and the kindness she showed to everyone she met. Our thoughts are with her family, friends, classmates, and teachers during this difficult time. And yes, Chyell, I graded your quiz from Friday like I knew you would want. Of course you aced it. Please pray for her family and classmates as we try to navigate these hard days ahead." Family and friends joined in unison, posting a beautiful image of Chyell with the hashtags Forever15, That Girl, and most importantly, Justice for Shy.
Despite the Fitzgerald Police Department being a block and a half away from this lounge, a suspect still opened fire at a prom after party, injuring 3 students and killing 15-year-old Chyell Paulk. Now her family is calling for justice.
Chyell forever 15, and I'm gonna stand strong and I'm gonna stand tall to get justice for my baby.
Chyell was shot in her right side and taken to the hospital where she passed away. 3 other students are also recovering.
The truth of the matter is we have an overwhelming number of violence between Irwin and Ben Hill County. We've got to stop the violence, and we've got to stop it now.
Chyell was a freshman honor roll student at Irwin County High School who had a passion for cheerleading and fashion. Her mom tells me just 2 weeks ago, her daughter decided she wanted to pursue a career in radiology.
Everybody just loved her. She was like a light. When she walked in the room, you knew she was there.
As Chyell's family waits for her autopsy to be completed so they can lay her to rest, they tell me their fight for justice will continue on.
According to investigators, the area where the shooting took place is considered a high crime area with a history of violence, or as some will call it, beef, between the two surrounding counties of Irwin and Ben Hill. When asked how police intended on mitigating the crime in the area going forward, Fitzgerald's chief of police stated that there will be a meeting to discuss crime reduction. Additionally, if this was a well-known high crime area, why would the school hold a school-related event in that particular area? Was this their only option? Was law enforcement actually present at this off-campus underage event, despite the fact the police station was only a block away? Questions that remain unanswered. Police will quickly announce the arrest of a 17-year-old male who was taken into custody without incident. As Chyell's family waits for her autopsy to be completed so they are able to lay her to rest, they say they won't stop fighting for justice. During an interview with news sources, Chyell's aunt said, "The light that Chyell had was just a very bright light. So as far as I'm concerned, Chyell, your light is still shining, and your aunt is going to do all she can to make sure that justice is served." A heartbreaking Facebook post by Chyell's mother read, "This is the time Chyell Paulk will let me know her ride is outside. Serenity or Tyon always made sure they picked her up. Chat or Lily dropping her off for and from school. This morning, my baby is taking a different ride, a ride to the crime lab. It's unbelievable. My baby, my baby. Hashtag justice for Shy. Hashtag forever 15. Hashtag that girl. Hashtag honor student."
When we got on the scene, we knew there was foul play with the shooting incident. There has been an arrest made of one 17-year-old male.
Right where I'm standing is the 300 block of East Pine Street, where a 15-year-old girl was killed at a prom after party. I spoke with the chief of police, and he tells me that this area is a high crime area.
Upon our arrival, there's a large group of people, mostly running away from an area on Pine. Upon our investigation, we located a 15-year-old female that unfortunately was deceased.
Chief of Police William Smallwood tells me that he gets frequent calls in the 300 block area of East Pine Street. I also asked the chief if he has a plan in place to help reduce crime, and he tells me a meeting will be held tomorrow to discuss. Several social media comments on our Facebook page show an outpouring of support for this family, prayers, and concern.
17-year-old Shannon Brown was arrested and charged with 1 count of felony murder, 3 counts of aggravated, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Police say there was another suspect shooting at the party, who they are still working to identify, and are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. Unless Shannon himself explains what exactly made him fire into that venue that night, we will never truly know. Now you have not 1, but 2 young individuals' lives gone, along with a countless number of others who will always have memories of that night, prom night. The case remains ongoing.